Evening, guys. How we doing? Welcome to Just Trains TV. It's the first showing of, well, when I say showing, development showing of Nottingham to Lincoln, the upcoming extension for Midland Main Line. I'm also joined by the newest member of the Just Trains team. As you may see at the bottom left corner, there is a name there, Benedict. So Benedict Cooper is with us this evening. He's on the microphone as well, so he's going to be helping in the chat. He's going to be talking through. Going to talk about a bit what he does as well. So he is here. Hello. There he
Hello,
is.
everyone.
There he is. So Benedict obviously is one of the asset developers within our team. So you may have seen Benedict's name pop up on the Southwest Expressways manual for the first time. Helped us out with some QDs, but obviously is more known for the asset development and obviously route building side of things. So yeah, you're actually with us for both things, aren't you? Within the company, so you'll be doing a bit of everything over your time, which is quite good and exciting. And it's nice to have extra hands on the team as well. So you joined us at Swinderby. So we just started off here because we're going to do a little bit of asset placement first. There's a couple of new little bits and pieces that Benedict's put together this afternoon, ready for tonight. Little clutter details really. Just thought they'd be quite nice to put in. And then we're going to have a fly up the route on what's done on my section. I can't show you what's on Mark's section because we haven't actually done our first merge of routes and stuff yet, so we haven't actually got both sections together. Although that is meant to happen hopefully this week because I need to have a look at some bits and pieces to move on to this side as well. We'll show you some stuff at Newark, the OHLE. That's all in place, so we'll take you for a look around there. And there's a few other custom assets that are in place down that end, so we'll show you down there as well. On my section, there's about 8 miles of complete scenery, more or less, bar some little bits and pieces that need to be just sort of like slotted in and that. And that. Mark's section is going quite well. I think it's about 5 miles on his end, so progression's good if you work out the mileage in there. It's about 12 to 13 miles, I think, more or less so far. Quite a bit to do though. Still, we've got Newark and Lincoln being two of the big sections on my part to do, and the rest of Nottingham on Mark's end. Plenty of custom assets still to come, but they are flowing really nicely, as you'll see over the course of this evening as well. So I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Well, actually, in a second, I'll say some lows first, and I'll stop talking. I'll let Benedict have a little chat. Just he can talk you through some of the bits he's been up to. So, first of all, Class 43, Harrison, good evening. Nigel, good evening. Welsh Jim, LW Reeskins, good evening. The Oxford Derby Trains, good evening. Jerry Berris, good evening. White Me, good evening. He's the local contingent as well, so he'll be having a keen eye tonight. Peter Dale, good evening. 125 minutes City. Lewis Hopton, Jake, good evening. Paul Smith, good evening. Hope Valley, it's progressing well. We'll have more development stuff on that in time. If you've not looked, do head over to the website. There was some pictures that were up there about a week or two ago. But yeah, progression's good. Who else have we got here around night? Jake B, good evening. Stephen Smedley, good evening, guys. Shoot the Bandit, good evening. And anyone else who's here, just in the alert mode, good evening as well. Right, so I'm just going to head over here. And whilst I'm doing this, if you want to talk yourself a bit about yourself, Benedict, just what you've been up to whilst you've been with the company and that. You go ahead. I'm going to play some bits.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, as Tom said, I'm Benedict, and I'm the newest member of the team. I joined the team about 8 weeks ago now, wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's flown by.
I pretty much joined after Specs released properly, and this has pretty much been the main project I've been working on.
It's going well.
I think I was the first to make an asset for it, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think was it like the Linden building at Highcombe? Possibly one of the first ones, or was it,
it was something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that.
G-Jack, good evening.
But yeah, no. So I joined the team on a mainly asset development basis, but also with the ability to do route building.
I can't remember what else you sent me. What else did you send me? I forgot. I'm just going to go and have a look through the things that I've installed and go, you carry on. I've got it. Right, clutter.
Yeah, so I sent you the concrete bollard, which should be under bollard concrete.
I'll put one down. I've got it then.
Yeah,
bollard. There's one. I'll put that there, and then the other one's a solar panel, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other one, I think it's just literally, what did I call it?
Solar. No, that's a solar
I
farm.
don't. No, I can't remember what I called it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
let me
was just
just
gonna
double
scratch
check.
my head and just figure out where it
Let
is.
me just double check for you. I forgot what I called it. Good job, B.
I'm just gonna like scroll up and down, think I might find it. Is it lamp
Yeah,
post
yeah,
solar
that'll
panel
help.
or something?
I think it was. Oh, it was light solar panel. Light
Light
solar panel,
solar
because it's
panel.
one. Yeah, it's one for
Found
each
it.
colour.
There it
So
is.
yeah,
So basically, that solar panel is replacing a solar panel, which is actually we use, but we use it on the help point. So that actually was made for the help point assets we have. So I just literally placed them on here just as placeholders. But we've now got some specifics, which are a more appropriate size. So we'll put them in. These are on all the lampposts around the car park here at Swinderby.
yeah. There's two on them on each. I don't understand why there's
I
two
think
on
what
each.
these do, I honestly think these solar panels actually power the lamps. They must
Yeah, oh
do.
no, I'm not
They
denying that,
must
but I
do,
just don't
yeah.
understand why there's two sets.
One's probably not powerful enough.
Oh god, did I scale them to the wrong lamppost? Oh, for God's sake.
Possible. Can always address that, don't worry. That's them ones.
I did them to the lamppost. I scaled them to the size of a lamppost on the station.
Oh yeah, different. Yeah, these ones are different lampposts in the car park for some strange reason. I thought they might have been the
Yeah, no, I
same, but
thought they'd all be the same width, but obviously not.
no. Set to catch you out. That's what it is. Ross
Yeah.
87. Good evening. It's going well. It's going well. So we're going to show you all sorts this evening, as much as I can show you anyway. Hope you're doing well as well. Countess, good evening as well. Got any plans to go to Corby, Bedford, or even London? Can't really say at the minute. We're not that far. Never say.
I
We
mean,
would
this
say
is the
never say
priority
never.
at the
Wouldn't
moment,
yeah.
isn't it?
This is all hands on deck at the minute. Obviously, as we progress into further things and we decide where we're going to take it next, we'll definitely let you know what games this. It looks interesting. Good evening, Will. How are we doing? Right, I need Google Earth because I can't remember how many bollards there are in front. I think there's two in front of the station entrance, and I think there's like a couple by the bike rack. Right, let me just go and get that, and then I'll figure out where they work and go. Oh, sorry, Will. I spy my little eye two gingers on the street. How you can't spy two though? Because there's only one on cam.
Yeah, I don't turn my cam on.
Benedict could have any hair colour. It could just tell you. It could be any.
No, I'm definitely ginger. I am definitely ginger.
Where's Newark on there? Is Newark on Trent? And then we'll go a little bit further to the east. There we go. So that would help if I actually follow the track and not the main road. It looks like a track bed. There we go. Right. So let me get on Google Street View. You won't be able to see this because I've only got one window showing on the stream itself. This is a comedy one as well. The actual street view for this, I'm going to show you this actually. This is a street view, by the way, for Swinderby. Go. It's a flood. Literally is a flood.
Yeah.
Could be anything under there. The sign itself will actually follow. That's going to come when we've researched all the other stations because if we need them for all of us, Benedict's going to put them together in one big sheet so we can literally text them all together.
Road signs,
Yeah, and then we'll get them all in one hit then. So that will come at a later date. But we're looking. So we've got the two bollards over there in the distance. You can see, and you can see there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in front of the bike racks as well. So that's that. Go back onto that screen. Get rid of that. So we'll just drag these over. So there's 1 and 2. They're the right height. A bit more. There we go.
Yeah, they've got the ability to just move up and down.
And there's 6 on this side. So can I get 6 evenly in here? 2, 4, 6.
I don't know, Nathan. I do know that I literally just modelled the auction house literally straight next to the to Newark Castle, though. It's quite nice. I like that. there's a bit, what I like about this route, though, there's a lot of nice different buildings. Like there's a lot of crossing buildings and everything, which is a bit different.
So what we'll do is, as well as I agree, LW, I do agree. More cars, the better. We like cars. The ones that we use in TSA though, there is a a wider array at least that we have had apart from, because we've obviously in our library we've obviously used in the past is obviously the old QG ones we've used. We've got all the Ford models, so the TSA at least opens it up to have some different models in between that are existing library, and they sort of resemble real ones, so it's better than having nothing. Right, Swindon Station. So we'll have a look around here. This is, I think, this was the first station to come into the route. Loudham, I think, is in, isn't it, on Mark's side? Loudham's done.
Yeah, I think so. That
to
came
an
in
extent.
just afterwards.
Yeah. Missing a fence. Now you say that, but actually no, that is how it is.
There isn't one back there. It's weird.
The fence is hidden. It's literally like that in real life.
Yeah, it's there.
It ends there. That is as much fence as you get on the station on that side. It goes around the back and there, and then we've got our one we've placed in here and around there to tidy up. So part of this asset, this is the first station that Benedict's done on this section of route.
Yeah.
So it covers the platforms, the station buildings, the house that goes behind it as well. That's all part of the actual asset itself. And on the other side, you've got the signal box, which is again custom. You've got the outdoor toilet thing. We've also got gates. Now currently these are static. However, you're working on them, aren't you? So they are going to be animated.
Well, they are animated.
Yeah.
Just a matter of getting them as a level crossing.
We've not got them in the actual route fully ready yet, but yeah, they are going to be animated.
I've got bad news for you, Whitemead. They're not in just yet.
No, semaphores aren't done just yet. Will started doing the semaphores though. I think he's done one of the models. Did that a few weeks ago, but they're not finalised yet, so they're not in.
Yeah,
but yeah, looking forward to seeing them in ourselves as well.
You had me and Mark, end up researching this section and taking some pictures of the semaphores and all that.
I'm gonna just sort that road out.
A lot of fun.
Didn't realise that was Z fighting this afternoon. There we got sorted. Yeah, so the station. Let's have a quick look around the station and scrap them. No plans to go to Birmingham. That's too far. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Again, if it's one of them get the words out. If it's viable and it works well into our plans and stuff, who knows? So yeah, station itself, all in place, all in its glory, all cluttered up. Bar the semaphores virtually, so that's the only main little thing really to come here to finish the scene off itself. Maybe a little bit more clutter to go in the back of there at some point, and just a bit of tidying up. Stuff on the fields. There'll be more bits of foliage in the fields and stuff over time. It's just not quite there on that side of things. Yeah, that'll be more a full sweep on my half. I know Mark's been doing stuff like that already, so his section does have a lot more stuff in the fields.
It's a bit of everything, by the way, Luca. Sometimes I'll end up making them myself, self and Photoshop, like this one. And then there's other times where, if the type is quite common, you just end up getting it off textures.com or wherever else.
We'll go. What we'll do is we'll have a little fly through next. We'll do the flying through, and then obviously you've seen the map. You'll have seen the map. We've done Midland Main Line driving in the past, by the way, as well. But obviously it's not fully scenery yet. My scenery sort of begins around just near Highcombe. I'll say that I can actually show you the Linden building.
Yeah, you've got the old copy, and the LEDs have been improved in it now. So,
it was one of the very first models that was put into the route. Missing the footpath gates near the crossing at the station. The gate things, I think we're sorting something with the gates, aren't we, Benedict? We're working something with it.
Yeah, we're going to be doing something with it.
It's hard to sort of work it around the roads we have as well. You can't have it identical because of the like the padding stuff, but we're going to do something with it. It will be worked on. Lincoln's over. I'm just going to show you quickly the bits we've got at Lincoln. We've got a couple of bits here. Nothing massive yet. Cathedral's in, bus station's in, and we've got some gantries. Just thought I'd show you before we head away. On that side of things, yeah, these are the custom gantries that Will's first of all put together.
Yeah,
quite cool.
We haven't put the signs which I've made.
No, those aren't in yet. We've got all that to go in.
They'll slip in, when we're starting to actually properly clutter up Lincoln.
Got the bus station as well. This came in last week.
Yep.
Which is really cool. And then as well, you got the cathedral. With it being such a faraway asset, it's not, like, you can't have every single piece of detail in it because it's so far away anyway. But when you look it down there, it does the job really, really nicely. and it's a big boy. Don't get us
Yeah,
wrong, it is a huge model.
you can see it for miles,
Oh
Lincoln
yeah,
Cathedral. Because Lincoln's weird, because it's like the only bit with a hill, pretty much in in that area of Lincolnshire, well, most of Lincolnshire, to be honest. In terms of mileage, isn't it?
uh,
How much is it?
20. Is it 20? Oh, hang on a minute.
I'm sure it's
Let me get
30
rail
something.
miles up because I'll get the right now. I think it's 24.
Wait. I wrote it on the
Was it more than 24?
I wrote it in the development thing.
No, no. Crew Crab King, thank you for the follow. Good evening.
36 miles.
36. Oh, it's a lot more than I
Yeah,
thought. Then.
36.
God box on the hill.
Exactly.
So you can sort of work out where the scenery starts coming in, where how far away. I think it's about 5 miles this side to do
Yeah.
into Lincoln. I worked out
To be honest,
earlier.
Highcombe, you could almost say is the outskirts of Lincoln almost
Yeah,
anyway. I don't know if
Highcomb's here
people of
somewhere.
Highcombe would deny that or not, but it
Highcomb's
seemed
about here,
like
isn't it?
just well, Highcombe is where the Linden building begins.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, station's around here somewhere. On the other side, towards my boundary point is Staythorpe Viaduct, and that is about 3 or 4 miles left on that side, including the bit on the East Coast Main Line to tidy in. So yeah, this was the first bit of scenery I worked on. I literally I thought I'll just pit there because the first asset came off from Callan, which was the railway pub. So we got that in and was like, well, we might as well just start there. We've got scenery, might as well assets. We might as well just build the scenery around. So we got that, and quite close after was the actual crossing building, which came
Yeah,
in.
which he's done a lovely job on.
Oh, you got that one, didn't you, with Chief Jack? So looking at Swindon Station and surrounding Google Maps, I'm amazed with the accuracy. Yes, the maps are not the best in the area. To be quite fair, they're about on par with what the Highland Main Line was going to be like in terms of really pixelated. We've when I say we, I mean well Benedict's done the modelling. He's managed to fit the station in really well for what he's had to work with. I think you said Bing Map was a lot better for you to work with.
Oh yeah, no, literally, Google Maps as overlay. 1 pixel is about the station. It's ridiculous.
You can just
But
about
Bing
make out the
Maps
white line.
randomly actually came in real handy. So yeah, no, ever since they updated their imagery for Microsoft Flight Sim in the UK, it's got a lot nicer. It's really quite handy, even if it is a bit older. It's still fine for a station and everything,
Yeah.
like in signal box and stuff.
As you see here, crossing gates not in yet. Those will come in time. We've got these nice cool signs which you'll see at the crossings as well.
That's just an AHB, isn't it? That one.
I think it is. Yeah, I'll work it out. I mean, I haven't got the track files to work with at the minute, so if it's something we've already got, fair play. If not, can't put it in. When I get track files,
we didn't put the underlay I made in there.
I haven't put that one in yet. I've not worked on the rest of these yet. These first two I haven't done.
You just continued pushing forward. And that's fair.
I'll come back and do them.
Doing pretty well.
So we've got Eagle Fort crossing here again, and another building, another custom.
Another one Callum done. Callum's pretty much, I think, doing most of the crossing buildings.
He's doing, I think, Colic at the minute, crossing house, which again is a really interesting model. Crew Cab King, very well. Good evening to you.
I don't know how many of them used to be station buildings and whatnot.
Yeah, be interesting.
A lot of them do seem like they could have been, yeah.
Possible.
There's normally a horse parked in there.
Okay. A horse box parked. There's a load of portable toilets to go in here as well. I know, I think Will that was doing the portable loos?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, when they come in, I'm not sure if he's put them in the common library or not. I don't know if I've got them off him yet, but those will go in there. So it's literally tons of them that are literally all just sort of like stored there. So we've got some of them made.
Might have to ask Will to make a horse model as well for Whitemead then.
Was it a horse box, isn't it? A horse box trailer, I assume.
Yeah, or just put a normal horse in there.
We haven't got any horses, so we'll have to build a horse.
Have to build a horse, yeah.
Make some dogs. So we've got another crossing. No custom ones on this one. This one doesn't actually have any specific type of houses for it, like as the others. This one's Eagle Barnsdale level crossing, also known as Morton Lane.
And
so
yep, I think Stevens Medley, the Newark Flat crossing is there. We'll eventually show it off on the stream. It's not been sceneried yet though. So.
No, it's got OHLE
it's got the OHLE in there, yeah. But yeah.
As you can see, the details got the grass in there. This was like the first. I worked like sort of trying to do 2 miles a day, a week. opposed to the 2 miles a day I was doing sweats. No, 2 miles a week ish, if I can. So that was about the first boundary point there, from where I've just shown at the beginning. So that was actually done virtually in a week.
That was pretty much where we were up to
Yeah.
when we first took the screenshots,
Pretty
wasn't
much,
it?
yeah, pretty much. All sorts of foot crossings, loads of new foot crossing bits and pieces coming in. We are doing some other ones as well, some more narrow ones to come. Different variants of them. We have Swinderby, which you've seen. So these are the new crossing pads, which we didn't actually show properly, but yeah, these have been made. We've got a bit of a kit pack of these, so you've got ones that are built together. Then you've got separate placeable ones as well, so you can mix and match, especially for like skewed crossings and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I
Chadwell,
just thought it
hello.
was the best idea, really, because crossings are so often skewed, especially on this route, actually. There's a lot which are skewed. I think there's only like 2 or 3 which aren't.
Yeah, another cool little sign there, just a weird random thing. Something I've not seen in any routes or stations before is "Do not cross behind the stationary train." So that's
Yeah.
a cool little sign. What map are we looking at? So this is our upcoming Nottingham and Lincoln. I keep wanting to say Derby, Nottingham, Leicester. We've done that. This is Nottingham to
Bit
Lincoln.
behind.
Yeah, catch up, Tom. So yeah, Nottingham to Lincoln. And we're just doing the first development stream as well. So this is the very first time we've shown it off, other than doing screenshots. But maybe we're just doing a little show of what's been done, and then we're also doing a little bit of work as well this evening, just bits and pieces. But yeah, first of all, I'm going to show you what's been done, custom assets that are in and all that. Here in Piffo, how are we doing?
Yeah, so we've got some custom gates for that crossing you just went over there.
Yeah, we do, don't we? So these are the metal barriered type. Quite a cool crossing. So this is where the other semaphores sit. So I think there's one that sits here.
But yeah, there's one that sits there and one which just sits just to
over
right,
there.
yeah.
And then the other one's at the over there by the station, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think those are the only are those the only semaphores that are in the route? There's something at Staythorpe as well. I can't quite remember.
I know there used to be a lot more semaphores, but I don't think there is anymore because like quite a few of the gated crossings got removed as well. I think the one Swinderby is the only gated crossing now.
Yeah. I'm good, thank you, Piffo. How are you? You are good, sorry. God. We've got another custom house here. So this is the crossing, which is South Scarl, Bull Pit Lane. So yeah, this is another one that Callum's put together. It's really cool. It's got all garden details as well, so all the garages are all part of the asset there.
I hadn't seen this one.
Have you not seen this one? He's done them in such a way where they have like a padding, so he can put a bit more garden detail into them.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And then we just add the rest of it to it, so we'll just put some bits and bobs in. I'll sort that out when I come to the detail on it. Some cool crossing boxes as well, which you'll see at various crossings. I think some other different ones. Am I right as well? I can't quite remember. I think Callum did some at some point.
No,
I think Callum did some wooden ones.
So I know that one was done by Will, and I don't know if. Oh no! I don't know if Callum's passed him on though yet.
The one that it was purpose built for originally had a sign that goes on it as well. I think it was a mark section, but they are quite universal to be used elsewhere. I know Callum's done the some of the wooden styles. Got some of the bits like these kissing gates as well and stuff like that. So we're heading towards Collingham. No station in the Collingham at the minute, although that's hopefully one of the next stations to come.
Yeah, it should be the next one I'm going on to after I've made a couple more normal assets, really.
Ted Blewett, good evening, and thank you for the like over Facebook. Hope you're doing well. James Toyne, do we go into Lincoln Central itself? The route does, yeah. We've just come from that way. There's no scenery there, really, at the minute. There's a couple of custom assets. But yeah, the route goes from Nottingham and goes all the way into Central. The 36-mile run. There is also, as well, the little spur off at Netherfield. I'll get down there. And it has the link into the... I think there's an oil terminal there as well. That's included. Yeah, it's really very, very, very slightly raised in some of the areas. Not really tall at all. Some of it a little bit higher than others, but yeah, it's not all full on flat. We've been looking at cab rides and trying to just work out where it sort of dips down a bit. You can see it's leveled off again there, and then got another crossing here. Northgate as well. Yes, that is included. So you can do little runs between there, like shuttles and stuff as well. And you can also do stuff like the LNER services that come in that way to down to Lincoln.
Are you on about in Lincoln? So we've already got the bus station in, Luke. I don't know about the Stagecoach bus depot. Depends how close it is to the track.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure on that. Is that on the asset list?
I don't know.
That would make
I'd
more
have to
sense
have a
if it was
look.
on the asset list. Work out whereabouts it is, maybe. So you've got another crossing here. This is Collingham Swinderby Road. So this is just before the station. It's just over here. There's one more actually. There's another custom house to go in here. That's not been put in, obviously not built yet, which is at Cross Lane. So you've got Collingham in the distance over there itself. This hasn't been done yet. There's mainly it's just grass here, but there's a few buildings go like sort of around here trackside, and then the station will sit here. When that comes.
I do remember you ranting about how many houses you had to place at Collingham.
It was a huge place. It was a lot bigger than I thought it'd
Done
be.
a good job of it though.
But a few asset blocks in the distance. But yeah, it took a bit to actually put all that in, to be honest. This side's a lot easier. 4 houses. I like this side. This is a lot easier. And again, there. Good evening, Luke.
And yep, Stephen will be showing off not that long, to be honest. But because we've got a work in progress station in this copy, haven't we? And,
It is, yeah.
And we've got the overheads fully in, but not really any other scenery apart from a few bits and bobs. Like
There's a couple of customs dotted about, yeah. So is that stuff actually clearly visible from the cab ride? Most will just not to the train. Oh, so nice, dude. Yeah, basically you can work out if you mean with the fields. Yeah, you can work out and you can sort of see where they sort of slope down a little bit. You can work out. You can tell that the cornfield stuff are just a little bit lower down the track level. So try to get them as close as possible for the best part with that. If it's not level crossing, it's a footpath. Yeah, there's not many bridges.
I was surprised how many footpaths and foot crossings and everything there were on this route.
I'm not sure which one that is. I'm not sure. I don't think I put the sign. Well, I haven't put the sign yet. Well, I don't know which one it is. Not worked that one out yet.
I think there's one without a sign randomly.
Possible. This one is Cottage Lane.
Yeah.
So this is where I've been working today. So all the scenery you see, all the trees in the distance and stuff, is what I've been placing today. Painting terrain up and stuff. Doing all the trackside foliage on this bit. So yeah, it's a little bit bare. You can see the trees all around in the distance that have been placed in. Odd buildings on this side. And again on this side, there's not much really on this side. I think there's some form of like, I'm not sure if it's aggregates or brickworks or something. I don't know what it is. There's some sort of like site in here to go in. More crossings galore with this route. Plenty of them. So you see here as well, there's a little, like, these will change. We've got some different ones to cut in here. It's not that type of style, but yeah, there's a sort of like a farm access crossing there.
There's some more farm crossings.
Yeah, I think they're wooden ones, possible. Yeah, I just stuck some in just to make it look nice and pretty. So it's on the outskirts of Lincoln. 2 main rail crossings. May as well keep the barriers down for the whole of the time. They never come up, and you always get stuck in the bus for ages. I remember when I went to Lincoln many, many years ago. I didn't go to Lincoln for the research. It was Benedict. I think, was it you that went to Lincoln? Or was it Alex?
I did the stations.
Use the station. So yeah,
Castle to Lincoln and
yeah,
some other bits and bobs. Yeah.
I went to Lincoln years ago, and I remember then it was a nightmare to get around with crossings and stuff. So yeah, I know how you feel there with the bus. It must be even worse doing it as a bus driver. Evening, Keith. How are we doing? No crossing panels between the tracks or the edge. What do you mean? Oh, for this crossing? No, it's literally just some wooden board. I think there might be one wooden board on the side, and then it goes nothing in the middle, and it goes to another wooden board again. It's a bit of how it is. I don't know. Better than it was. I've not been for years to Lincoln. Adam, good evening. How are we doing? So you can see the river. Coming in as well.
When all the trains are going to be, every hour. Oh God. Because I know some of the timetables kicked in, but I'm not sure if all of the new timetable has kicked in. So we're now approaching Europe with the flat crossing and everything. The flat crossing was a fun one for me to have to do the debug tool for.
Oh yeah, I've got the detail in that actually.
We got it sorted.
I've got it. I've got the building as well. Um, so Keith's point then, you know how traffic moves on roads? Can you do the same with boats and water? You can do. I have seen it done. You can
Yeah.
put like an invisible track and stuff in, I think, and if you script up vehicles to move, I think you make them like a train. It can be done. I think you can do it under lofts as well. 'Cause there used to be some canals on the Swex route that did that, but I did take a lot of them out because they didn't quite sit right and stuff. But it can be done.
So 125 indices. So this overheads were made specifically for this route. They're in the common library, but they've been made new for this route, and it's Mark 3A and Mark 3B style.
We've also got dirty and clean variants to suit where the areas. You can see there's more weathered versions against the clean. So we've got them. There is some that probably will get changed around to more because not all of them have been matched in, but it's all in place. The wiring, it was all done,
Yeah,
finished yesterday,
yeah. I was helping you out with
making
it.
sure it was all on the right bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was quite a fun job for the last few days. But yeah, it looks quite cool. So that's where the arch bridge goes over this bit. That'll be another custom asset to come, and it just fizzles out over there. The track. It's all in its detail. Like this part, you're not really going to be driving down here because you can't actually get onto any of the actual main core route unless you wanted to go in and switch back on yourself. I suppose you could do that. For the main part you're going to be driving in is going to be on this side, so you can start off on this side, which there will be scenarios to do that, and then you go out that way. Or if you're coming in from the south, you can actually start scenarios down this end if you want to, so you can actually have the drive into Newark. So going in here, you've got all the bits of detail, your bridge
Yeah,
points.
so you got overlaps, midpoints.
Yeah, those are all in as well. Yeah, so you got your mid. That's an overlap there. Sorry, those are all
Yeah,
in.
that one's an overlap. Yeah, the only midpoint
I think
is
there's a midpoint right down there actually, but there's one by the
yeah,
station, isn't there?
oh yeah, no, the main midpoint I know is on the station.
This bit was an absolute nightmare to get. We had to make sure we had it to the right sizing and everything. On that
Are you on about the that was there's a bridge to
bridge,
go there? Yeah, there's a bridge to go there if you're on about this one. Yeah, there's a bridge to go there.
bridge hasn't been done. I'm not sure if it's a custom bridge or it would just be a generic one for where it is on the route. I'm not too sure on that
Uh,
one. Yeah, you've got all sorts of
yeah,
bits and bobs.
overheads always have fun.
I had fun.
Yeah, you had fun.
Station, as you see, is still work in progress. We're not going to really focus on that this week. Don't worry about that. The mine creeper, that's just our ruler. That's just for the bridge needs to be lowered a little bit yet, just so you can see it'll sit on top of these little brackets that'll go underneath it. We're not really going to bother look at the station today because it's not there, so we don't want to fully solely keep on that. These are your midpoints, so you can see where the wires come in and go back again. And
Oh, have you missed a return?
yeah, I've
Oh,
not
you
done them
have.
all yet.
Ooh.
I didn't finish them off yesterday. Those are the return.
Fair
I need
enough.
to put a few gizmos onto the sides, you see, so I'm not quite done that yet.
Fair
Little
enough.
attachments. It got quite late yesterday, so I thought, nah, I'll do that again. Don't take me too long. So you got your flat crossing. So we head back over this way. You can see there's a few custom assets here. You've got this is the location of the station for Newark Castle. Got the castle. St Andrew's Church, I think it is. I'm gonna have a look. Was it St Mary? No, St
Think that's the
Mary's.
name of it.
No, it's St Mary's.
Yeah. Okay.
I
St.
was so
Mary's.
close.
Yeah.
So the castle's there. That bridge is still work in progress at the minute. There's still some stuff to be done with it. It needs a bit of tweaking yet, so won't focus on that. The auction centre came in today.
Yeah, that's for me with the signage and everything.
All cool stuff.
Yeah,
So that's all in.
with the sign and everything as well.
Well, I'm overly sure if this was like anything to do with the railways in the past because of the sort of style the building was. We had a look this afternoon, but we couldn't work out if a railway went into it or not. Didn't see anything on the old historical map, so I'm assuming
Has it
nothing
actually
did.
now closed, Whitemead?
Oh,
Oh,
that's a shame.
no, okay. I was going to say I was sure because I went on their website, whilst doing it just to get their logo.
This bit that's mapped out for a custom bridge to come, which is the A46, I think it is. And then the last bridge, which is Staythorpe Viaduct. This is the last bit on my section. So we came here when I did my research. This was the last piece of the research trip that me and Mark did on that first day out we did. So we've got some photos here as well, just to do some general thoughting as well. But yeah, we came solely to do, of course, the research side. River's not been fully sorted yet. It's just I've dipped it down just so I can see underneath. So that'll be all sorted and put together. But it's a really quite a nice little structure. Plenty of metalwork on there. It's quite a good mixture. You've got your stone sections there, and you've got your metalwork. Quite rusted as well. Your grime and stuff. Where the water, obviously, see where the watermarks would be. But yeah.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
I've not fully reviewed that yet. I need to review that properly, but that was an updated build. So it's still not final that yet, but it's more or less final.
Yeah,
Right.
it's definitely
So.
looking all right.
So if I go back to my section, what I'll do, I'll get my Google Maps up.
Yeah, there's a few bridges around Newark which are going to be fun ones.
I've got
I think
headaches.
I'm down to do most of them as well.
I've got headaches just working around that area.
Oh.
The A46 one doesn't look too bad where that export area is because it's just on banking, so it shouldn't be too bad there. I looked on the Street View last night when I did all the export. It's the one by the flat crossing that's going to be a bit more of a pain. It's a lot more intricate of an area. So, just move that to one side. I need to see what the trees and stuff are doing. Right. I think what we'll do is first of all, I'm going to put some 3D trees in just to busy it up a little bit. We'll try and do a few different things there for this next part. I can't believe it's only 8 o'clock. That only took us half hour. I thought that was like, I've been here all night. Did that quite quick. It's good for me. So the A46 was originally a Roman road built from Cleethorpes to Bath. Oh, I didn't know that. That's quite interesting. Quite a cool little fact. The one by the station is quite simple. But yeah, that one looked quite simple. It's the other ones that are sort of like go over the river and stuff like that. It's quite high up and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll be quite fun. Can't wait. So them sort of bits I can't wait to do. But Newark and all that, I don't think we're too bad. It's only one side to be fair with the scenery. One side's countryside, and the other side's all the town. Right. So I want. Let's get all these tools back up. Again, any questions? Do feel free, whether it's asset related or route itself.
Yeah, both for me and you.
We'll
I'm more than happy
answer them
to
up.
answer questions.
Just want to check something here. So it turned into a mixture of bushes and trees here. So the case of these as well, by the way, it won't be every week where we do these at the minute. Probably maybe every 2 or 3 weeks we might do the root bill streams just to mix things in. Might get a little
I'm
bit more
unsure,
near the
by the
time.
way. Maybe I don't know though. Whether I'd end up doing a station modelling sort of thing or whatever. I mean, I'm one of them who I would, I get on a lot quicker if I'm just, got my head down and doing it, as opposed to, especially as I'm not the best at explaining myself, to be honest. So,
Probably better than me. I just ramble on. Do my turd shed. Which one? So that's about as far as I'm going to go with the 3D. I don't want to go too far with them. Oh, Gaskin wood. Nah, to do with this stream. Right. So there's a couple of odd trees, so I'll put them in as well. I'm just going to put the bushes up there. I'll put a little bit different terrain paint here as well, just to break up that cornfield going up to the road.
Oh, so with that, Luke, what I end up doing is I end up. How would the best way of putting it be? So I have like a how would I put it? So in Photoshop, I'll have it where I've got the bricks, then the white line, then the the studded bits, and then the platform. But I'll end up splitting the like subdividing slash edge cutting the platforms. So you put them separately and you do it like that. It's just a lot easier then, because it works quite well with curves and everything. Yeah, you pretty much do the texture sheet as if it's a loft, even though it's not.
Do that as 3D then.
Yeah, I think that maybe would be best as 3D.
Trees. Is DTG or anyone releasing the West Coast Mail and Northampton line? I don't think so. Not seeing anything. Nothing from ourselves.
No, I've not seen anything about that either. I mean, there was rumblings all for a while about something like that, but nothing's really happened, you know, freeware wise or anything yet. Might happen, but don't know.
No idea. I
Yeah.
know nothing. I'm going to cut a little gap out there because of the little driveway. They're building it.
They look like little farm buildings to
Yeah,
me.
it's hard to. Just trying to look. There's trees covering up and big tall hedges. Hang on. If we if my map sort of stops spinning around in circles, that's better. Yeah, the map. This is better. This is a lot better than up the line.
Yeah,
If you go up
that's the
here,
funny thing. This isn't even the worst of it.
it gets a bit better going towards Newark. If you go up here, it gets worse. Could get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, but I think Swinderby was the worst
Mhm.
area of it, because when you get to Highcombe, that's where the 3D begins. So they've got way newer imagery for there.
It's just a pixel mess. Luckily,
Yeah,
you can
like
work out the
literally,
white line.
yeah.
It's just shocking. It's not Highland Main Line shocking, but it's shocking. I was there, weren't we? I'm just gonna check because I might have something that I can put in the back of there. The whole Scunthorpe area is like that. I don't know what to put in there. I'll just put the house for now, just as a placement. I'm gonna put the road in though. Get the little access lane.
You can't even tell that's a road.
It's hard to work it out. I don't know it's a road because you can see the driveway on Street View. So I'll finish that off. What I'll do is I'll just put a little blob there so I know there's something to go there anyway. So I can finish that off properly.
Yeah, more farm buildings there.
Yeah,
You can see it. Oh, what is the name of them? I forgot the name of them. Even though I
Stables?
made one.
No.
No, the like the rounded hut sort of thing.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Nissan hut, isn't it?
I think we've got one of them actually, something like that.
Yeah, no, because I remember making one myself. Actually, yeah, I think there was one, wasn't there?
I can't remember. Listen.
But it might have other bits and bobs on with it. That's the only thing.
I know we've got an arched roof building. Just can't remember what for the life of me what it was called. I might just leave that bit. Come back to that section. It's looking a bit more of a troublesome part of the route. I can work out this bit better. Just got some houses. There's like a barn in the back of there. Something. I picked a really tricky bit, to be fair. What's that? A bit of a barn there. It's a biggish house. Well, I don't know what we're going to put in there for that. Some form of... not them, because they're double houses. Probably say the stone one, to be fair. It's terrible because you can't, because you tell how old it is, but the fact there's no wind farm between Altthorpe and Crowell. Crowell? Yeah, there's not many wind farms on this section of the route. I thought that there's a couple up Markston, there's a few big wind turbines. Nothing on this part.
Yeah, but it's good for you in the east of England. There's one quite near me with Coldham Wind Farm, which is on the old Wispage to March line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's funny because it's a nice project to be pretty much my first main one to be working on because generally whenever I go shopping or whatever I decide to go to Lincoln because it's pretty cheap.
Winner.
Yeah, no,
knowledge in.
and I way prefer it to Peterborough. Lincoln's really nice. Got a bit of everything really.
What's
I
up,
always
Jaden?
go to this ice cream place called Go Gelato, or I think it's Cafe Gelato now, which is
Just
really
bear me
good.
2 seconds, guys. I'm sort of like been asked and required for something by Jaden because he's not in bed. Just 2 seconds.
So, does anyone have any questions? Asset wise or even route building wise, because I'm good at doing both. So, I haven't touched any route building with this yet, though. Just interested in seeing what if
Sorry about
anyone wants to ask anything. Yeah.
Right. So nice lolly opening duties.
Oh.
And that should do that.
I think you should answer that one, Tom.
Which came first, the colour or the fruit? The fruit? I don't know. Went into the office for the first time. It's a lot easier to talk to other devs than working from home. We've not. Well, we have done odd bits and pieces working. We did our research trips, which was nice to get out and about. We don't work in an office though. Anyway, we've always worked from home. There's a few people that do work in the office who live nearby. Mainly, it's the flight team really that do that. But yeah, we've always worked from home, even before. Is your last name Cumberbatch?
Definitely not the first time I've heard that either.
It won't be the last.
Nope.
There's a lot of bushes going up this bit. Change these to 2Ds going up for the rest of it. Again, there's no point going all the way down there. It's just resource hogger. Put them all in. It's quite nice as well. I mean, we obviously working on South West Expressway for so long, and we weren't building the route like this. We were literally just doing all the trackside updates and odd bits. The main work that was done was obviously like the big place like Reading and stuff like that. But it's just nice to come back and do a route where we can actually build everything from scratch. So it's like where we know where we're at. It took a bit of me getting back into it really. I've been for so long.
Yeah. And pretty much, Jack, we sort of do that, don't we, Tom? Where we'll end up we end up using a fence, don't we, instead of
Yes.
a platform? But yeah, we end up
Okay,
using
sure.
a fence.
So what we do, for example, we will get the track, get a section to say that's our station length. So it's Burnley Arms, 1.55. Not sure. It doesn't really matter, but I like to have the arrows pointing on my just so I know which one I'm clicking. And then we just use a narrow fence. So, for example, mainly I use is trackside fence new. So that is the perfect distance away from the track. And then we just make our tracks rails only to places where needed, or narrow track. Mainly we do it rails only in stations just because the geometry on the track is a bit of a nightmare for the asset developers to work with compared to our older track. But yeah, so that would be a platform. So that then it'll come. We'd then get the asset, fit it to make sure it all fits in with the wall lofts or whatever we'd put in. And then once that fits, we don't need to move it again then. Pretty easy method of doing it. It used to be a lot harder the way we did it a lot in the past. We used to I can't remember how it was done, but this is a lot quicker. I know that much.
Yeah, no, I think the train sim exporter, when you export stuff from it, has a tendency to add geometry as well to stuff, and because of it, it can make it really complex. And
Yeah.
so, just having that fence as just a base is a lot nicer than trying to work off the track. Yeah, no, I mean for the stuff I've done, you know, outside of, I just ended up using a normal, placing normal platforms and then merging them in.
Yeah.
It did the job. It doesn't matter really, as long as the way you do it works. Like, there's no wrong way to do things when it comes to modeling and everything. As long as it works for you, that's all that
Everyone's
matters,
got their
really.
own way, haven't they, at the end of the day? Whatever works best. Just trying to change these up a little bit. As well, Daryl Pointer, thank you very much for the like over at Facebook. Good evening. So that's that. Bushes on this bit.
I just find it crazy how much I've ended up. I wouldn't be surprised you found the same, to be honest, Tom, when you started. How much you pick up in
Oh yeah.
quite a quick time once you start. Yeah, it's
I've
ridiculous.
learned stuff whilst I've been here. I've learned all sorts. I didn't know anything. I didn't really ever use the hotkeys and stuff. I always used to do it like arrows and move stuff around or just drag it. I've got into the habit
Then you
more.
get people in the chat being like, "Wait, there's hotkeys."
Yeah, pretty much like I was like.
Yeah, no, I remember telling someone who was actually quite a well-known scenario developer. I'm not saying who, but that you could control click on the map to move to
Oh
that
yeah,
area of the map. Yeah.
that was a lifesaver. I mean, I found that out many years ago. That was a game changer. Put a couple different trees there. It's just not the same.
Yeah, no, Jack, I think you've been doing it the right way as well, which is the way I learned, which is you just start with really small assets like signs, then slowly progress your way up to making like a small platform shelter, then onto something a bit bigger, then onto a station and stuff. It's just a really nice way of progressing.
Keith, any planned date for hot fixes update? What's Do you mean Midland Main
Midland Main
Line?
Line? That's the only thing we've got with MO in it.
Unless it's meant to be WM, is it Western Main Lines? Because there's a couple of quick drive things we need to get out still. We're still tied up with other things. I've just not got around to getting them out. We need to package them up still. That was then fixed that we did a bit back.
Yeah, no, because we had the south, the West Expressways.
Service Pack 2 came out for that.
Ooh,
What
that's an interesting
part of the
question.
Midland Main Line? Sorry, I'm saying Western Main Lines. Now, what part of the Midland Main Line was the hardest to create? Oof. On my side, Barrow Hill weren't too bad. It was pretty well covered, really, and researched loads of pictures, so it weren't too bad to put together. It was only a short route as well. I think for me, Ratcliffe was a challenge because it was such a big place, getting it right. I was trying to think where else. Nottingham coming in on the Awash Valley, that was another tough section because of just how big the area was. Those are probably two of the ones for me. And Trent, sort of like the area of Trent Junction that I worked on as well, some of the busier areas. Just making sure because they're
How
iconic areas.
was doing Leicester?
It weren't difficult. It was just a lot of houses and buildings.
Yeah, fair.
It just took time. It wasn't a struggle because the land was pretty well to work with, to be honest. Worked on worse areas in that respect.
Yeah, you were a tad quicker than me, I think, spend, Jack. I don't know by how much though, because I mean, I remember when I was working on the Fen line.
Excuse me.
Because what was it I initially made? So because I think I initially released my signage, my speed signs and everything first, and then started working on some other bits like platform shelters and all that kind of stuff for Watlington, and then continuing on like that.
Washes in that.
I mean,
Soon
and
comes
always a
together.
rule of thumb with modelling as well is things that you think would take a long time sometimes are a lot quicker than things which you think would be pretty quick and generally take longer.
It's always the case.
Yeah. Well, when was it I started properly modelling? It was about a year and a half ago. And it's funny because you look back on yourself and you think, why did I model that way? Like the shelter I made, like when I made this first shelter, that took me about like a good few days. Now if I did it, I'd do it in about an hour.
I get like with some of the stuff I've built. Like, why did I do that? Why could I have done it such easy, like an easy way and stuff like that?
So, but yeah, so with overheads, it's not necessarily that they're hard. It's just that there's a lot of them. Because even for that short section where we've mainly just got the stuff around Newark, haven't we?
Yeah. A few bits came last couple of days. Well, we were bits missing where we sort of clocked them on the camera. I was like, oh, we got that. Nope, right, we need it. Quick, put it together in that. How many pieces have you made?
Oh God,
Roughly.
let's have a gander. Let's
There's
have a
there is
gander.
a few bits and pieces. They're all hidden in tools. So if I show you in here, if you look in the list,
It's
if
not
I
that cluttered by him, yeah.
no, this is the list here. So no, that's mark one. I'm going do that again. I did that once.
Yeah.
There. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Oh, okay, fair enough. In a C. So the overheads that I used on that are Mark 3B, which are quite a lot of them have been done in spec. But doesn't necessarily mean it's a comprehensive solution of overheads.
Mm.
But there's a good amount in this which isn't just necessarily used at Newark.
A lot of it will be used elsewhere, yeah.
Mm.
There's 33 pieces in the list, but if you click in the list, you can see then that there's all the extra bits and pieces hidden within the tools. So if I go, you got all these little bits and pieces, so you can change them across. Go to the overlaps. There's all sorts of bits and pieces, curved and stuff like that for the curves.
So I mean, when it comes to it, Jack, I mean, so I don't use substance as much as I used to. It really and as Jake has said, you don't need substance to make things look good. It's really good for PBR workflows. That's what substance is really good for. So like if you were working on stuff in the Unreal Engine and whatnot, but for doing certain stuff, it can be really nice. But I mean, I use it on more minor clutter assets like what was it? I made a treadle. I've made some new circuit cabinets for us and that kind of stuff.
I'm not placing treadles yet.
Have you not?
I've not done them yet
Oh,
because I haven't done
has it
them.
only been Mark who's based
Mark's
them?
using them.
Yeah.
He's got more clutter on his side. I've not done the trackside clutter on my parts. I'll do them at the end. Where is it? Treadle.
But yeah, I mean, like when it comes to it, the issue with substance is with the way you'll have to do it. You have to do it sometimes. How would I put it? Instead of the way you'd do certain houses, like you're doing it where you'd have how would I put it? Well, generally the way I assume you texture houses, Jack, is you'll end up having one UV map which is a bake, and you'll have another UV map which is the actual for the textures themselves, so you can get the bricks not looking pixelated and all that kind of stuff, which is what I've done for a lot of the stuff I've ended up doing house-wise and that kind of stuff. Yeah, and that's a nice way of doing it, to be honest. I mean, I still generally bake in Substance. I find Substance is really nice for bakes. It's that doesn't mean you can't be baking. It's just the way I end up doing things. But
I was baking last week.
I think we all were.
Not in that respect either, in modelling.
Mm.
It rained today, finally.
Yeah.
Got there. Not much. It didn't actually rain as much as I thought it would, but it's rained.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with me necessarily giving substance a go, but yeah, but as others were saying, maybe use it a bit sparingly unless you want loads of 4K textures, which aren't really the best because like when I come to think of some of the stuff I had done, it's just like yeah, maybe it was a bit too pixely for some stuff I'd done freeware wise. Oh, that was maybe a bit too pixely for what I could have been done and all that kind of stuff. It's just generally a lot better when you're using multiple multiple workflows as multiple maps like normals and all that kind of stuff, which generally, especially if you're only modeling like buildings and stuff, you generally won't be using much.
Yeah, I want some Hawthorne. Go for the 2D bit. I've missed something out there. What have I missed there? Bushes.
Yeah,
There's
it's the
many
bushes
there.
in the end of it. Yeah.
More of this bit. So we really on this bit, we're just gonna want the 2D ones. Stick another one on that. Sync them in a bit.
Yeah, but is that when you say a 4K texture, is that because you've got a texture sheet with a load of signs on it, Jack, and you've got all of them on there, and because of that, it's 4K because it makes them so they're not pixelated. Because that's fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I use a lot of texture sheets. I don't think I've got any 4K ones, but yeah, no textures. I do use quite a few texture sheets. They're quite handy. I generally make them before I make the assets sometimes. You just make them for the sign, so then you know roughly what the sign size will be, and just go from there. Depends. Oh, yeah, if it's got 20 signs on it, that's more than fine being 10K. Not 10K, 4K.
I'm good at signs.
If you say so.
Apparently. It's the ongoing joke.
Mm.
Tom's good at signs. See, we've even got a thing on that. With our assets, we have a spreadsheet. So it has a drop-down box of who's building it and stuff like that. There's even one for me making assets because it says Tommy's good at signs. I'm not. I've never made an asset in my life. I attempted.
No, I think I've done most of the signage.
Will
so
attempted to
far
teach me once, and it didn't go very well. We never returned.
Was that on his own stream or was it on
No,
his
that was just in our own time once. I attempted to make a sign on the Blackpool line just to have a little go. I made the model, like the base pole and that, and then we just left it at that. I just don't think it's for me, to be fair. I think I'm more spared on the trees side of things. I'll just put the trees down. put me use.
Trees down. Good job. Yeah.
Put me uses to good. Some bushes down there. God. Oh, doubt. A big doubt. It's not happening.
No.
I'll leave that to Will.
I'm not offering to do it either.
Oh.
Did you Neville Hill?
I know. So this is the boundary. That's on the next couple of mile section that I'll be doing on this bit. I'll just put some bits in just to feed in. I even put some water in the river for tonight, just to make it look pretty. Should we put some roads in? Let's do some roads. We've done some trees. Let's do some. I don't have a clue what river that is. Is it the Trent? I don't know. I'm assuming it's the Trent. It must be. It is a Trent. I know the one that goes up, the Staythorpe Viaduct goes over is the Trent. I didn't know if it was the same because I mean we've got two. I don't know if it's the same river that just joins in off each other. I don't know what this is. I'm not a waterways man. Right, I want use this one. So I'm just gonna put my mat down because it's right up in the air. So we've done some trees this for that part of the street. So we'll do some roads now. We'll put some housing as well. Just try and mix it up. Not to bore you doing the same thing all night. We usually have music on. Not put all the
You just
details
got
in.
the music of Tom's
I
voice today.
haven't done it tonight, so it's a bit quiet. We usually have Spotify on. I didn't set it up. Bad Tom. Never mind. Never mind. You can hear the lovely sound of that clicky sound, right? Clicking. Just make sure that's not sat under the ground, which it's not now. Yeah, pretty much. Even White Me doesn't know where the river goes and he lives here. There's an access road that goes up there. Right. That goes to the Humber.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna end up leaving.
Not a problem,
lot
mate.
now.
Yeah, no, don't
Yeah,
worry.
I just thought slip in. I've been in for about an hour.
That's good, mate.
Just
No, not a problem. Cheers for your assistance. I'm on.
yeah, and it's
Well, I'm
been
gonna probably be
nice.
another hour yet. So don't everyone leave, by the way. Just Benedict's.
No,
He's
it's
disappearing.
just me going. It's just me going.
I'm
But
still here.
just before I go, does anyone have any just quick questions or anything they want to ask me?
Go for it, guys. Throw everything at him. Make him stay another hour.
I'll say quick questions.
Lots of quick fire questions. It's the quick fire round.
What is the meaning of life? To make train simmers, isn't it? It's my meaning of life.
Correct answer.
Oh, hello, Ben. Also, goodbye, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
Yeah, well,
He's
I
not
will be-
he's not reached his 3 months yet.
yeah, not yet, not yet, not yet.
We've not used
No.
him enough yet.
Not used enough yet. Oh, it's been great though.
We're gonna get a route out of him first.
Yeah.
Right. So I've just a bit of it in there.
Oh, white mead with the questions.
God's sake. Is that connected? It is.
Yeah, no. So I will be dipping. I don't know when the next stream I'll be on with you is.
So you're welcome to join whenever.
Yeah, maybe might. Come on in another stream. I just thought I might as well
That's
come
good.
say hello. Especially
It's
as
been
the-
good to get
I've
you
been
known.
even though Callum's done some stuff for you, I think I've been the main section I'm concentrating on. With
On this
buildings and
section, yeah,
everything
you're more on this one, yeah.
section because it's the section I know best. So.
It's good to have you on.
So I think the first question I asked when they were like, "Oh, you work on the street?" Like, "Are we going to put the waggers in at Lincoln?"
Yes.
But yeah, bye everyone. I might stick around in the chat a little bit in terms of text chat, but other than that,
No worries, mate.
dipping out of voice. So see everyone later.
See you later. I'll speak to you tomorrow anyway. All right.
Yeah. I'll speak to you tomorrow, Tom.
See you in a bit.
Boy.
Right. So I think make sure that road's not sticking up anywhere it shouldn't be. Oh, he loves it, Whammy. He loves it. I won't go any further with the roast because that's my boundary was that level crossing, so I'll keep it to there. That's that bit. I'm gonna double check on my maps where we are here, what we have. Just want to see what types of houses there are around here, just to sort of get them as close as possible with the limits of what we've got in our library. So this is Winthorpe, this area. Old houses. Bungalows, a mixture. Some bungalows, there's all sorts. That one is literally that type. I'm not doing this for all mole, by the way. I'm just gonna get a bit of a feel for what there is. So it's a bit of a mixture. So there's we can't replicate every single house in the game, unfortunately. It's just not viable. As much as I'd love to have every single type of house in the game, it's just never gonna happen. Get a bit of an idea. Just put the same sort of types. God, what have I done there? Dominic Hartley, good evening. Do you know why my train keeps derailing on Cottage Main lines when leaving Liskeard for Plymouth? Also, I'm missing loads of bridges despite having the route requirements. No, well, good question. Why is it derailing? I don't know on that one. The only thing I can think of, are you driving a scenario or is it a free roam? If it's a free roam, have you set the points against, like, are the points against you? That would be my one. Check if you're doing a free roam, check the points are set and not against you. So if you're against you, you potentially could derail. Why the assets that missing? Possibly your scenery density settings might not be right up to the top. Go to your settings and there's a slider in your settings there called scenery density. Just slide it right to the top, and then you should have your assets appear if that is or if it's not all the way to the top. If that isn't the case, you're having further issues, drop a support message to the team, and they'll get to you as soon as possible and help you out. I'll do my best with tech support. I'm not fully tech support trained, but I'll do my best. I know the basics. Yeah, not a problem. Give it a go and let us know how we get on as well. Again, if you do run into further problems, just drop a line down to the support team on that one. And there. So there's a few gaps there. There's actually some trees between. Dominic Ryan, good evening. How are we doing? All the Dominics have arrived. How are we doing? Right. I'll leave them for now. I'll go and get these houses at the back of here. So with these being behind the trees, it doesn't really make much difference what they are, but they do sort of look like this. You're not going to see these. You're going to see the sort of tops of them. Any questions as well? Don't forget regarding this or anything else. Just fire away. I'll do my very best to answer. As always. Whack them in there. Just get that save. Let's see. It's well hidden between the trees. Literally all you see is the tops. You see the roofs. You're not, for the most part, up there. And there'll be more trees dotted inside here still yet as well, so it'll be covered even more. We'll put a basic fence line around it as well. Why was Lincoln chosen for an extension? Good question, actually. It was one that's been asked for quite a lot. It was a fairly simple one to do as well, with it being really flat. It's a really flat route as well, so it's quite an easy one for us to build on. We needed something that was going to fit in with the financial year as well, for a release, and this one fit the boot. I'll straighten the houses up a bit actually, they're a bit skewed. Hi Marco, good evening, how are you doing? There we go. Just by yourself, that, yeah. 1,000. So that's a little section done. I'm just going to double check what's the back of there. So we do have the dual carriageway at the back of this. Not something I'm going to be laying just yet because I need to lay it properly with all the bridges. So I need to study the roads and stuff on the street view and how they, if they start going up into like rising up and stuff. Because I think this one goes literally over the main line. I think there's definitely a road that goes over the main line somewhere around here. Quite hard as well, this, because even though I say it's easy as a flat route, you still got to obviously make sure that it looks right. And knowing a cut-off point, with it being flat, it's harder to have a cut-off point. So I've had to sort of like work to a guideline, making sure we've got enough each side. Which I think we've got a good amount there in the track side. I could go for miles, me. A static consist clash. Right. I would say if you can get into the editor, remove the train, whatever train it is you're trying to drive, and put a fresh train down. Could be something inside that it's just not working. Would have been a free roam as well. Yeah, just replace the train with something else and see what happens that way. There might be just an issue somewhere with the consist that it's not like I don't like. Sometimes just throw that issue up. A couple of allotments now. Let's get the allotments in. Not yet, Diamarker. I was on about that just before. Still need to get it sorted. It hasn't been forgotten about. It's just we ended up having to do the Southwest Expressways update, as we were sat on some updates for quite a while with that. So we got that one out. I just need to zip it all up and get it sent off. It hasn't been forgotten of. It will get sorted. I keep saying this. I will get it sorted. I'll make it a job to be done as soon as possible. It literally just needs to go to a fresh installer and just check it runs all right, and then it can go. like it's going in the ground a little bit, which it is. So this will be nice and easy. Hang on. For some reason I didn't fill that in. Carl Best, good evening. Thank you for the like. Yeah, this will be nice and simple. Just get some trees on here. Choose the clusters. We'll have to just tilt these down a little bit. Do we know if there's any official Avanti West Coast livery update for the Voyager Advance? Nothing on our Voyager on that. I'm not sure if there's a reskin available somewhere. I think I've seen somewhere there is a reskin, but I can't remember where it was. Someone in the chat might know. No, the snazzy music. I've not put. I forgot to put music on. I forgot to set it all up. Fortunately, so when we do the next route build stream, I'll be sure to make sure that is actually all set up. I can only apologise. I didn't realise our music was so in demand. Need to find some more music. Oh, there you go. There's the link. Always someone knows something. If you don't know, someone will know. Let's put these houses in. I'll check what these ones are because they're getting a little bit closer to the track. You'll see these ones more. So drop my street view down. Watch them be bungalows. You'll not see these. The bungalows. Oh no, they're not. They're a mixture. So it's a mixture of bungalow. And a mixture of these. And make sure, as you can see, that they're all going in the ground there. Oh, you know what I've done there, don't you? Oh no, we're alright. I think there's just the one. Possibly a couple actually, just a little bit floaty because I must have unticked the box for something. I don't know why I unticked that box, but luckily I'm safe. There could have been a lot more houses that I had to drop down there. I think we're alright. Let's put these. Ooh. Set the rest of these in. So again, some more of these. Some of them. Right. Just do this little bit here. There's a couple of houses there. So double check what that is. It's just like a posh house down a bit of a long driveway, actually. We'll just use a stone building for this one. We'll have to use one of these ones. Just to chin with that. Easy. So there's another bungalow over here. Put them in there. That'll do. Missing a little bit of road as well, so we'll put that in. That'll do. So there's a mixture of bungalows again, so a couple of them. There's a couple of these. Cheers. Ah, you're up and running again now, Andy. I've had a nice one. Good evening as well. There we go. Save that. It's just the top of this. So there's a few longer houses here. That looks like there's a school here with that field. That looks like the school there. The red roofs. So I don't have any assets as such for that, but I'll end up probably using some of the officey style buildings and just sink them into the ground. I probably won't end up doing that this evening. I'll probably just put these houses up to here and leave that school for tonight. I'll work some out with that. What we'll do in a minute, I might then go down to do a little bit of trackside foliage, mix up again. So we'll put these in. So it's 3 of them. It's down to some single ones. Get 3 of them in. There we go. So that bit'll, because it's sort of on the boundary, I'll leave it as that for now. So we've got a nice little section of houses there, which is good. That means I don't have to do that tomorrow, because I hate doing houses. It's always good to get them done. So we'll start back here, because this is the start of the section. As you can see, I've done the foliage in terms of the grass side of stuff. I just need to put the trees in. So I need to go to my cab ride. So I don't need... Oh, actually, I'll keep that, actually. I'll just zoom over the top of where I need to be. Let's get out. God, come on. There we go. Get a rough idea. I can find the track. I've lost the line. There it is. So that's that. So again, this is Cottage Lane. Well, that's a community centre. Quite sure the school didn't have reviews when we last went past. Okay, I'll double check that. So I need to go to YouTube and get me my cab ride I've been using. What's the history? Because I'll be able to find it there. There we go. Derby to Nottingham, Lincoln. So we've been using Don Coffey's cab rides. He's got a video that goes down this route, which is really handy. Adverts as booked. I think this first bit has really many bushes. No, if it's not near the tracks, it doesn't need to be identical and perfect. As long as there's something that resembles it. That's Collingham. I would need to be a little bit further up the video. So we're there, right. There's a few bushes on the first bit. few single placements to start with. Cheers, Dower Thackeray. Good evening. How are we doing? Welcome. Thank you very much for the like over at Facebook. So just start off with one of these blocks. Just drop that down. LNER stuff. LNER. So you can actually start down at Newark. So you can start at the south end of the East Coast Main Line. Then you can run into Lincoln that way. So a few random bushes first of all. John Jackson, good evening. Thank you for the like again over at Facebook. Hope you're doing well. We're very lucky. I mean, we're very lucky with Don Coffee stuff because a lot of his stuff got took down recently and it's all sort of like coming back up very, very slowly. We're lucky that we've got that cab ride. A lot of his stuff got took down sort of just after we did the Derby, Nottingham, Leicester and stuff like that. So we're lucky that we had all the stuff we needed at that point, but then it brought all this back, so it's helped us out massively. You've also got to buy a DVD player / DVD reader thing as well for the PC. So it's an expensive operation to get the cab ride you need. I've got the little external DVD drive, which is handy. I don't use a lot of DVD discs anymore. Don't really need to use them anymore. Everything's all digital. But I've got it just in case. So again, this bit is pretty even without even any bushes, to be fair. It's just the foliage. It's just odd little bits here and there. Not even big bushes, they're just sort of like sunk down small bits. Here, however, there is a line of trees. So first of all, we'll line it with some bushes. Like so. And then we need to put some trees in. There is also actually pylons that go across. The pylons are a nightmare to work out on this because it's so hard to see. You can just about see the shadow there, the little dark line. See that bit? That's the pylon. So you can work out where the shadows are. You can see where they go. But on that, it is very, very tricky to work out. So those will go in later on, I think, to be fair. So I'll have to sit there and study the maps and try and work out. I might be able to get it out better off Bing Maps. Being better imagery. These aren't massively tall trees either. They're quite large, sunk down. This way, it doesn't look very finished. I like this view. It looks more finished. It looks more like a route when you look that way. What services can be done on this section? So there's Leicester to Lincoln's. You've got Nottingham to Lincoln's. You've got the Newark stuff. You've got freight that runs through here. I'm trying to think what else. You've got LNER stuff that'll come on this part. What else comes down here? Whitemead knows more than me. You get a lot of realtors, yeah. But there's a bit of freight that runs down here though. There's all sorts of tanks and stuff like that. We saw a lot of freight when we came down here for the research. Tankers and coal stuff and that. Alan Trains, good evening. Very long time no see. How are we doing? Make sure these ain't floaty or too sunk. These are quite tricky to do because they're in big clusters. Could do some single placement ones of these, to be honest, just to make things a little bit easier. I need single placement ones for them. The issue is these are clusters, not single placement. So even then, it'll place big clusters, so they'll be all over it, bloody up and down all over the shop. I might inquire on a single placement bale. They don't look too bad. There's one floaty bit there. I can soon sort that out. If we can manage to get a new one made, it can be revisited and replaced, but it'll do for now. Yeah, Matlock services as well, of course. Yeah, Matlock. I mean, is it not crew to Matlock now? Yeah, it's from crew, but yeah, back when this route is set, this is 2018, so you can actually do the Matlock services all the way through. So you've got that as a nice full run as well. Manchester Sheffield is going on really well, progressing nicely. We will get more back in in development stuff soon enough, though. Here in Clouds. Yeah, it's Crew Newarks. When did they come in? Are they only recently? So what goes to Matlock now? Where do the Matlock services run? Are they more of a shuttle between Derby and Matlock? Oh, he's been here ages. I do apologise. Jack ML4 as well. Good evening. I've not seen any. No, I've not seen any messages though, because you know when Cloud's there, because it's in dark name. I'm like that. Yeah, it is Cloud. I'll just check. Right, just move up the camera a little bit. Oh yeah, try 20 and all that. Won't help, no, definitely. Right, we need a few bits of 3D down this bit. Not all the way to the track though, it sort of ends there. How long does it roughly take to create a route from scratch like this? It depends how long the route is, how much detail we plan to put in it. I mean, this one, we started work on it about four so weeks ago, something like that. And I've done about 8 miles on my side. Mark's done about 4 to 5 miles on his side. So you work, that's what, 12 to 13 miles in a month. The route itself's 36 miles. So this one won't take us as long as it has with some of the bigger routes. I don't want to say how long it's going to take us because that'll give you an idea when we're releasing it. But it's not going to take us a million years to do it, this one. Put it that way. It will be out this year. I know that much. I can tell you that much. Yeah, yeah. How do you extract the route ready for distribution? So what we do is we zip up the route. Well, I zip up the route. I'll send Mark the route as a zip file. So I'll just pack it up, the zip folder, upload it to Drive, send it to Mark. He'll put then into his route, so he'll have to merge our two sections together. And then when he packs everything up, he'll pack everything up in RW Tools. It's just the way we do things. There might be better ways of doing it, but it's just the way that it's always been done here. So all the files will be all packed up together. Big RWP gets made, then it'll go to the guy that does the installers for us within the company. And he'll do all his stuff. So he'll do all his the fancy magic within the installer, all the security stuff and all that. I don't know how that really works. To be fair, it's well out of my skill set. Mass operation. So the original was Crew Derby, Matlock Newark. Changed to Crew to Newark, Matlock Nottingham. Alright, so Matlock's go to Nottingham now to enable 4 trains per hour Derby Nottingham. Current COVID timetable. So it's Matlock Derby shuttles, right? Fair play. Something to bear in mind when we make some scenarios. So these trees go to about there. They don't actually go up to the track side. Just going to close these in with some 3Ds. I'm happy with them. Put some stuff under here, mate. Don't worry, it won't look so bare under there when I'm done with it. Put that in, and put a small section there just to close that up. So under here, what I'll do is I'll get the big clump of bushes, and I'll just whack that under there, sink it down a bit, and it just gives it a bit of depth under the trees there, so it's not just fully bare, empty foliage. Jake, not a problem, mate. I'll see you later on. Cheers for joining. Put that down there. Just drop that down. So on this bit, because it's bare, what I'll do here next is I'll just put a clump of grass in there. And then I'll just make sure that's sitting, which it is. Just tilt that bit. There we go. So that's just fills that in nicely there. Excuse me. I just need to put a few more bits of bushes in here. There's only a couple of little bits left on that. We can work up to the bridge. It'd be nice to come back to do the development streams. Well, I've missed doing them. What route do I enjoy making the most, Jack? Oh God, I did enjoy doing Barry Hill, Met Line as well. Met Line was a very stressful route, but it was very enjoyable as well. I learned quite a lot with that. Them two definitely. Ewosh Valley as well was another fun one to do. Bit stressful at times doing all the terrain, sculpts and all that out, but yeah, I'd say Barry Hill's probably one of the fun ones to do. Just going like proper to town with it, and putting loads of little bits of cluttery detail and stuff. I like doing that sort of stuff. Give it a real museum feel. You enjoy watching these to the driving. That's what I'm trying to do again now, is because we're obviously building again. We can vary them up and mix things around a bit. It doesn't have to be the same every week. Just going to whack a little bit of grass in that. So again, all I'm trying to do is just show you a few different things, not rather than just doing the same thing through it. I think that's what we did a bit as well on Southwestern, was we did the same thing for the full stream. So I might have just focused the full stream to doing trackside foliage. With this, we've at least managed to do a little bit of everything, which has been good. So do a bit of foliage, do some houses, do some roads, do this and do that. You know what's missing here? Some animals. Animals come at the end. That's the finer detail. Sheep and all that sort of stuff, they come at the end. When I do all that, the cable troughs and stuff like that. There we go. Gives you a nice full scene there with the grass and stuff in. A tractor. A tracker. Are we thinking of anything further down the line as food for thought for the MML right now? Bedford perhaps, or from Leicester? We have spoke about it. It's not in any solid plans or anything at the minute, but it's one we've spoken about. Can't confirm it, I think, because we haven't decided ourselves if, when, what, how, and all that. But it's one we spoke about, and we know it's one that people do and would like to see. So who knows? Who knows? Next week, then, maybe a couple of weeks more yet. Let's get some of these bigger areas out of the way first before we start doing the clutter. Samuel, good evening. LW Reskins, thank you very much for the follow as well on Twitch. Very kind of you, I do appreciate it. Vittorio Dante Cotti, I hope I said that right. Thank you very much for the like at Facebook as well. Good evening. I like to see the hay bales. They're nice to have them. I'm going to try and request and get some single placement ones, maybe some of the square ones and stuff as well. It'd be quite nice to have some different ones in the fields. Just easier to place the single ones. I have to keep tilting them around and trying to make them so they're not floating. Yeah, I've seen square ones. I think DCG have done square ones in the past. So they've done some different style ones. You can get square bales. You do both, yeah. Just nice to have a mixture. Do some. I mean, if we can split that one, hopefully we've got the source file still for this one. I know it's quite an old asset. If we have, we hopefully might be able to just make that, split it up and make it into a separate one, rather than having the big clumps. Right. Next up, past the bridge. Just check under there. So that's about round. There's a big oak bush under this bit. You're not looking hard enough, Whitemead. Oh, Matt's here. Look, Matt's here with his farmer talk. Don't do the small ones or the mini Hestons. Any particular reason? I think as well, actually, as I've seen on the cab ride, there is some, where they wrap them up. I assume is it like shrink wrap or whatever, they tape them up or whatever. I don't know the correct term for that. There's some stacked up. That'd be quite a nice little thing. So there's a lot. It's a lot of farm fields, obviously, in this route. So obviously, replicate stuff like that'd be quite nice to do. Right, we want trees. Let's get a bit of grass in there just to fill that in. There we go. Hoping to change the texture on this grass as well, because this is the old grass we used to use on the bridges. Fingers crossed we can get that. We've got the source files for it, so just needs the texture changing over. This actually isn't a custom for this route. It's actually from Langley Mill. It just literally fits in the exact type of bridge. Well, that's what we need. It saved a custom being made. Pink and black wrap. Oh yeah, true. It's just the way we do it in house. Obviously, we've got those just open up and they'll probably just clone it and make another one or something. I don't know. They've got a separate one. Right. Right, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, there's those trees. It's hard to tell. I can tell more on the map, on my Google Maps next to me. So there's a mixture of bushes and trees on this side. So the trees end about there. So I'm just going to fill that out with some foliage first of all, because otherwise it looks bare. Just do that down to there. And because obviously we've got quite a dip down there, I'm just going to use the smaller ones. There's some bushes as well, so we'll put them in. They sort of sit at the front. Just stick a bit of 2D in there as well, just for the last little bit there. There we go. Looks better. This side didn't really need the grass in it because it's clumped in with trees all over it. Need to put a couple more in there just to fill that gap as well. There we go. And I'll just put the last little bit of the 3D in there. Ross, no problem. Thank you for joining up. You enjoyed it as well. We'll be back on with this again in the next week or two though on the streams, so you'll hopefully see it progress a lot more by then as well. Obviously with the stuff we're doing in our normal hours, adding on to it. But yeah, take it easy. See you soon. There we go. This side of the route is, as I said before, there's a load of like, I'm not sure if it's aggregates or something. There's something in here. Not sure what it is personally. Whitemead might know. Do you know what this is, Whitemead? It's obviously something there. There's some more water to put in there as well. Need to work this out. I think I put a bit too much road. I don't know why I put the road over down there. Not far from Newark. Newark's just down there. It's that place. I don't know what it is. Not quite figured it out yet. Some form of aggregates or stone or something. Don't know. Looks like there's some sort of like conveyors or something in there. I don't know. Can't get down here on the street view either because the street view doesn't allow you to go down this road. It's like this is access to it. You can only get to past that. Let me just double check. There might be a sign actually. Hang on. No, there's no sign. Just street view doesn't go down it. No, there's no street signs or anything like pointing to what it could be or anything. It's pretty. What's that? Is that a sign? Yeah, I can't see that. But it's well. Not going to zoom on it. Yeah, that ain't happening. No, it's not a sign. It's just it's an opposite. No idea. Dockerel, good evening. How are you doing? No idea what it is. Not worked it out yet. Try and figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a second. It's getting to 9:30 now. That's a broken link. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Tarmac Langford Sand and Gravel Company. So a bit of everything. Interesting. Right, yeah, so plenty of bits done this evening. Showing you plenty of bits as well. Done the houses up there. I'll be cracking on again with this tomorrow, so I'll just have more in. I'll probably do a full sweep of the line side foliage tomorrow first of all, getting all that in. Cause it'll tie this side will be virtually finished. I've just got to put a few buildings in there, up this bit over there, and little bits here. You can see how I've marked it out already with the terrain paint, but according to the website they invented tarmac. Oh, Jen, are they lying? Is it some dubious claims? Then I'll work on this because this is a bit more of a pain. Single track main line, it's double this. Right, so that's the website. Let's have a look. Maybe they did. Oh, for any main line. To be fair, I can believe a company named Tarmac would have invented it. No, maybe they have them. They are the men. They are the ones in the know. They have done it all. Right, I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. As it's getting late anyway, so I'm going to go and have my tea. I'm not had anything to eat yet. It's getting quite late for that, so. And I've been here since 9 o'clock this morning, so. Have a good one, guys. We'll be back to the driving next week, and then we'll probably come back on this again in the week after and do some more. So I will see you on next Tuesday, I think it is. Hang on, just double check this. Oh, no, yeah. So I'll be back next Tuesday, but the week after won't be here because I'm off for the week, so there won't be a stream the week after on that one. So we won't be route building on the week of the 9th. It'll be the week after on that. But yeah, I'll let you know. I'm having a holiday because I haven't actually had a holiday since 2019. Believe it or not, it's a proper booked holiday. Last time I was on holiday, I actually went to Spain. Didn't bother having a holiday last year because I couldn't go anywhere. I was not allowed out, so I just stayed working. But yeah, anyway, I will see you next Tuesday if you're around. Thank you very much for joining, and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for all the questions as well, and that with Benedict. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next stream. Take care and stay safe. Bye for now.